committee.
Well, what a ride it's been for this company over the past couple of months. Just a short while ago, the employees there thought everything was going just fine. Now you've got these two executives sitting before this committee this morning, and they have just adjourned, and that is why we have Congressman Phil Gingrey with us, Georgia Republican, who sits on the Energy and Commerce Committee. Congressman, good morning to you. So you didn't get too much information out of these folks this morning.
Martha, good morning. No, we didn't. You know, what they didn't say in their opening remarks was that on the grounds that my statements might self-incriminate me, and indeed I think they would. It's a shame that they would not answer the questions that are ongoing right now. I'll go back to the committee and hopefully get a chance to ask them a question, but I know what the response will be. They're stonewalling, of course, and they know that they indeed would self-incriminate themselves. Yeah,
you know, there's so much that we need to know in this story. And obviously, you can't, in many ways, I heard Judge Napolitano talking about this morning, most attorneys would advise them that they should not speak at this time because the FBI raided their offices, took all their documents, the hard drives, everything they need. So there's a lot of information that's going to come out about this. So in essence, it's not that surprising that they're not talking at this point.
You're absolutely right, Martha, that they're following attorneys' advice, and we all understand that. We know the drill. But we get an opportunity, as I did a few moments ago in our opening statement, to propose to them, in the 2 minutes allotted to us, the questions that we would like to have answered if they would answer, like why was this loan of the taxpayer money, the $500 million, $500 million, subordinated to a second loan from the private sector when the Energy Committee loan program strictly prohibits that? Yeah. How were they able to do that?
And as we know, there are emails that exist that indicate that there were people in the administration who were concerned about this deal and whether or not it should go through. So that clearly, you know, they're going to want to find out. I imagine you want to find out what the company knew and what they claim they already conveyed to the administration when all of this was going down.
Well, that's absolutely, and as recent as 2 months ago, they said everything is hunky-dory, everything is fine, right. And then all of a sudden, at the end of August, they declare bankruptcy. And, you know, the Democrats on the committee are trying to say, well, both the Bush administration and the Obama administration missed some important details and made a mistake here. The Bush administration officials in the Loan Oversight Committee of the Department of Energy recommended that we end negotiation with Solyndra, and about 3 weeks later, after Obama was inaugurated, then all of a sudden the program gets back on fast track. Yeah. You know, the same information, just a different administration.
And that's one of the big questions here in my mind, is why, when a prior administration had just decided to shelve a deal, decided it wasn't a good deal to go through, why the quick action in the early weeks of an administration would they decide to reverse that decision? And I know you'll all be trying to get the answers to that as well, right?
Absolutely. And these people were career employees of the Department of Energy, so there was no political changeover from one administration to the other. So the very same people, obviously, Martha, they were under tremendous pressure from the Office of Management and Budget and from the White House, which had already scheduled a big press event touting the wonderful aspects of solar energy and how this was the very first program that they had approved for this gigantic loan. They didn't want to have to back away from that.
Understood. Congressman Gingrey, thank you very much for stepping out of that hearing and talking with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Martha.
All right, right about 20 minutes past the hour.